When you drive a Hyundai, you feel like you're in on all the secrets, right? You've got all these luxury features you think you know all about. You've probably spent hours fiddling with the infotainment screen, syncing your phone, maybe even setting up that cool ambient lighting. You think you and your car are best friends. Well, I'm about to hurt your feelings because here's something no one, not even the guys at Hyundai, will tell you. Some of these quote-unquote helpful factory settings have been slowly, quietly choking the life out of your Hyundai engine. I'm not talking about a recall or a mechanical defect. I'm talking about software settings and default behaviors that Hyundai engineers set up themselves. So, no, you really aren't in on the secrets as you'd think. Today, though, I'm gonna change that. I've got a buddy, Mike, who runs an independent shop specializing in Korean cars. He calls these features the silent killers. He showed me a 2022 Santa Fe the other day. Immaculate interior, driven gently, but the intake valves looked like they were coated in black tar. The owner had no idea they were driving with a ticking time bomb activated right there on the dashboard. There are 5 specific settings hidden right there on your infotainment screen that are wearing down your engine, burning more oil, and shortening its lifespan. You've got to turn them off now. So grab your key fob, sit in the driver's seat, and let's go through the 5 settings you need to turn off immediately if you want your engine to live to see 200,000 miles. Seriously, do this before your next drive. Let's get into it, shall we? Starting with what I consider the most dangerous setting. Hidden setting number 1. The Smart Eco Mode. We all love saving a buck at the pump. I get it. Gas is expensive. The economy is definitely not doing us any favors. So, you hit that drive mode button and click it over to Eco or Smart, thinking you're being a financial wizard. The dashboard turns a soothing green, and suddenly your accelerator pedal feels like it's connected to the car by a wet noodle. Sorry to burst your bubbles, but that Eco mode is just terrible for engine health if you use it all the time. And let me tell you why. When you're in Eco mode, the transmission tries to stay in the highest gear possible, even when you're going uphill or at low speeds. This is called lugging. It's like trying to ride a bicycle up a steep hill in 10th gear. You're putting massive strain on the connecting rods, the main bearings, and the transmission. And this is still not the worst part of it all. The worst? The fuel mixture. To save gas, Eco mode leans out the air-fuel mixture. In a direct injection engine, which most new Hyundais have, this creates higher combustion temperatures. High heat plus a lean mixture equals carbon buildup on the valves. Once those valves are caked in carbon, your engine starts misfiring, losing power, and burning oil. I had a guy come in with a 2019 Tucson, 70,000 miles, but it ran like it had 200,000. Rough idle, no power. He bragged about always driving in Eco mode. I scoped the cylinders and the valves looked like someone poured chocolate syrup on them. I told him, you saved $200 in gas, but now you need a $3,000 walnut blasting and carbon cleaning job. He looked so sad. I could see he definitely thought he'd been doing the right thing the whole time. Poor guy. The fix for this is simple, really. Stop driving in Eco mode. Use comfort or normal mode for daily driving. If you have a turbocharged model, I'm talking about the Theta 2 or SmartStream engines, use sport mode occasionally to run higher RPMs, which helps burn off carbon deposits. Your engine needs to rev. Treat it like your pet dog. You can't just leave it caged up all day. It needs to run free occasionally, not just walk at a slow pace. Next up is a government-mandated setting that you've got to let go off. I'm talking about hidden setting number 2, the Idle Stop and Go, ISG. Okay, I know this one is controversial because the government loves it. The Idle Stop and Go, ISG system is that feature where you pull up to a red light, the engine dies, and then it roars back to life when you take your foot off the brake. It feels modern, it feels efficient. It feels like you're saving the ice caps and polar bears. Well, you're doing that, but sacrificing your engine's longevity in turn. So, it's up to you to decide which matters more. You see, every time that engine shuts off, the oil pressure drops to 0. Oil isn't just for lubrication. It's a hydraulic cushion that keeps metal parts from smashing into each other. When you hit the gas and the engine restarts, you have a brief moment, like milliseconds, where the bearings are running dry. Do this 30 times a day. If my maths is correct, and I know it is, that's 10,000 dry starts a year. You're wreaking havoc on your engine. And the havoc doesn't stop there. Why? Because your battery isn't exempted. Hyundais use an enhanced flooded battery, EFB, or absorbent glass mat, AGM battery to handle this. When that battery starts to fail, and it will faster than a normal one, the car starts doing weird things. The infotainment flickers, the AC gets weak at idle, and eventually you're stranded. A lady once came in with her Sonata Hybrid on a flatbed. She said it just died at a light and wouldn't start. I checked the battery, completely cooked, replaced it, and she asked, "How do I stop this car from turning off at every light? It's annoying." I showed her the button. She didn't believe it, but I'm sure she learned her lesson. So right now, look for the ISG off button. It's usually on the center console near the gear shifter, with an A inside a circle with an arrow. Push it every time you start the car. You've got to make this a habit. You just have to. If you want to be a pro, you can look into aftermarket modules that disable it permanently so you don't have to press it each time. Trust me, your starter and your engine bearings will thank you with the kind of longevity that will surprise even your mechanic. Hidden number 3, the battery saver mode. This one is sneaky. Why? Because it's buried deep in your infotainment screen, usually under vehicle settings, then convenience, then battery saver or something similar. Hyundai calls it a fuel-saving feature. The description sounds harmless. You know, limits alternator charging to improve fuel economy. Makes perfect sense. Sounds like free miles per gallon, right? Well, wrong. What it actually does is keep your battery at a chronically low state of charge. The alternator only kicks in hard when you're decelerating or braking, and otherwise it just floats. The result? Your battery never gets fully charged. You're probably wondering, why does that matter for your engine? I've got 2 reasons. For starters, a weak battery makes the starter work harder and longer. Every cold start becomes a struggle. Extra cranking, extra fuel dumping into the cylinders, and more raw gas washing past the piston rings into your oil. That's how you get fuel dilution and accelerated wear. Secondly, modern engines rely on stable voltage for everything from fuel injectors to the electronic wastegate. When voltage dips because your battery is half dead, the engine management system gets confused. It starts richening the mixture to compensate, which again leads to carbon buildup and, you guessed it, more fuel in the oil. I had a 2020 Palisade that came in with a rough idle and a check engine light. Codes were all over the place, lean condition, random misfire. I spent about 3 hours chasing vacuum leaks. That was a contender for the worst day I've ever had on the job. I eventually looked at the battery voltage, and voila, 11.8 volts with the car running. The alternator was barely doing anything. I went into the settings and saw the battery saver turned on. I turned it off, cleared the adaptations, and the car ran perfectly. The customer had been dealing with that rough idle for 6 months. 6 months of unnecessary engine strain because of one menu setting. Do I even need to tell you? Dive into your vehicle settings and turn battery saver or alternator management off. Your alternator is designed to handle the load. Let it do its job. A fully charged battery means easy starts, stable fuel trims, and an engine that isn't constantly fighting low voltage. Now, before you start thinking every setting is out to get you, let's talk about one that's actually kind of your fault. Yeah, I said it. The next feature isn't inherently evil. In fact, it's one of the smarter pieces of engineering Hyundai's cooked up. But here's the catch. It learns from you. I'm talking about hidden setting number 4. The Smart Shift. Hyundai's Smart Drive mode isn't just a static setting, believe it or not, but it actually has a learning algorithm. This means the car literally watches how you drive, aggressive, timid, or crazy, and tries to adapt the transmission shift points to match your style. Sounds cool, right? A car that learns how you drive? Like something out of a futuristic sci-fi flick. Well, if only it was that straightforward. The problem is that most people drive like absolute maniacs for the first minutes of their commute. Maybe because they're late for work or something, and then like a grandma for the rest of the day. The smart mode can't keep up, so it gets confused. It starts holding gears too long, or shifting too early, creating that lugging condition we talked about earlier. But here's the kicker. If you are a timid driver, the car learns to be timid. It learns to shift at the lowest possible RPMs to save fuel. Over time, the transmission control module actually detunes the shift firmness. This leads to excessive clutch slippage in the transmission, which generates heat. And heat is your transmission's biggest enemy. This reminds me of this one time when I drove a used Elantra that felt like it was driving through pudding. No acceleration. I looked at the service history. It was owned by an 82-year-old woman for 4 years. The car had literally learned that acceleration was illegal. I had to reset the TCM and drive it hard for 20 miles just to teach it how to shift normally again. The new owner thought I put a new engine in it. So, I'm just going to say it. I know a lot of you won't agree, but if you want consistency, you've got to avoid smart mode. Stick to comfort or normal. If the car feels sluggish and you want to reset the transmission's learned behavior, you can disconnect the battery for 15 minutes or use a scan tool to reset the TCM adaptation values. But the easiest way? Drive in sport mode for a week. It reteaches the transmission that you aren't afraid of RPMs. Lastly is a setting even I couldn't believe kills the Hyundai engine. But once I explain it all, it will make so much sense. Hidden setting number 5. The remote start. Living in a cold climate? I know you love the remote start. My wife loved it too. It's 7 a.m. and it's freezing. She'll just start the car from the kitchen window, letting it run for 10 or 15 minutes to warm up before she gets in. I was fine with it until I wasn't. I hated being the bearer of bad news then when I had to tell her to stop, and I still hate it now. But the truth is, idling your engine for long periods is the single worst thing you can do for engine longevity. When an engine is cold, the fuel mixture is extra rich. That excess, unburned fuel washes the oil off the cylinder walls. It seeps past the piston rings and dilutes your engine oil with gasoline. It also creates massive amounts of moisture in the crankcase. That white sludge you see under the oil cap in winter, that's condensation. If you remote start your car and let it idle for 15 minutes, you're not warming it up. You're slowly turning your engine oil into a watery, gasoline-diluted mixture that cannot protect the moving parts. You're also letting the exhaust system fill with moisture, which rusts out your muffler from the inside. I had a customer with a Genesis. Beautiful car. Brought it in for an oil change and it smelled like a lawnmower. I pulled the dipstick and a few drops of oil hit the ground. It was so thin it just dripped off. I asked him, "Do you remote start this every morning?" He said, "Yeah, for 20 minutes. I told him what I'm now telling you all. He was basically pouring gasoline in his crankcase. The oil has zero viscosity left. We swapped the oil, and I had to show him the math on how much fuel was getting into his oil. He stopped remote starting the next day. Let me tell you the best way to warm up a modern Hyundai engine. Listen up. Start it, wait 30 seconds for the oil to circulate, and drive gently. Engines warm up fastest under light load. If you must use the remote start, keep it to 3 to 5 minutes max. Just enough to take the chill off the glass, not enough to cook the oil. Look, I know the temptation. We buy these cars with all these buttons and screens, and we assume the factory settings are the correct ones. But here's the truth, the manual doesn't tell you. Those settings are designed to meet EPA testing cycles and corporate fuel economy averages, not to protect your investment over a decade. By turning off these settings, you actually get to protect your investment the right way.